Talk Network. It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KWK family and my family to watch Church Without Walls, 11 o'clock on Mondays, for the greatest and latest show around. Thank you.
Kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. We just stand by, walk into the light. We're the people, we can do it if we try.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time. We're so glad that you invite us into your home or your car or wherever at your workplace, wherever. We thank you so much. We appreciate you watching and listening. And we want to say that we certainly hope that you had a wonderful and a great week. And we at Church Without Walls, I'm your host, Charles Stewart, and also Dr. Reverend Anthony Williams. We come your way every Monday morning to knock down the walls that may be standing in your way. And everybody gets the walls in their way, but how do you knock them down? When you get knocked down, do you stay down or do you get back up? We're here this morning to encourage you to get up. Whatever you knock down, remember, get it back up. Because if you stay down, you're going to be down. But when you get up, that means you're going to be up. So we're so happy to come to you this Monday morning and to all the people around the country and all over the United States. We greet you in the name of love today. And we're so happy, and it's always good news. Tiger Woods. You hear that everywhere. Tiger Woods on the radio, television, Tiger back. And we congratulate him for his success and a great comeback. But we're so happy today that our topic going to be, as you know, in Appalachia, Louisiana, they done had 3 churches that were set on fire and severely damaged. And one of them that I seen on the news almost burnt to the ground. And why would any human being want to set a God building on fire? I mean, it'd have to be a human being insane. And is racism contributing to this? And that's going to be our topic today. Is racism contributing to those churches being burnt down? Or is someone out there insane? And our special guest today is the president of the NAACP in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I think he's the state president. And he is Dr. Mike McClanahan. And we're so happy that he's going to be on with us today. And we're going to discuss racism. Is a possibility racism exists. We know racism exists. I mean, let's make that perfectly clear. but it is the contributing factor why the church is being set on fire. And I know the president, he would know all this because that's what the NAACP is. They're the troubleshooter for us, and oftentimes they don't get the credit that they deserve. And they have many, many chapters over the state. So if you would like to get in today and talk to Dr. McClanahan, you can call us 1-563-999-1808. And you can download the app, www. New Orleans Talk Network. We on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You can listen or you can watch. So we so happy today that you are joining in with us, and Dr. Mike Keller, would you be there, sir? Dr. William, while we're waiting on our guest to come on, Dr. William, you would like to have something to say?
The people who are listening to the show, you have an opinion, and it would just be good for you to call in with that opinion. You may not know what could happen. It may strike a match to somebody and give somebody an indication that they need to call in and voice their opinion. Basically, what the show is about is trying to get people to voice their opinion over the air. This is why we have this network going, talking about church without walls. A lot of stuff are things that you consider are not being talked about in the church house. And when you consider that people come to the church to get a word, you need to get a word about the Lord. You need to get a word about life. You need to get a word about education. You need to get a word about what you're going through. The sermon sometimes should indicate trying to give a person knowledge about how to live this life we call living. Because in the end of it, we say we are living, but we are actually dying. So we're not really living, we are dying in this world. And when you die, you're out of it. So you're not going to, the problems and the troubles and the trials and the tribulation that you have, you're not going to have those anymore. That's going to all be passed away. So whatever you can do to instill within somebody to try and help somebody along the way, that opinion that you have should be given now. So if you got an opinion, use that number 1-563-999-1808. Call in. Tell us what you think. Tell us what your opinion is. Tell us how you feel. What's your opinion today? You have that opportunity. Take advantage of it.
And also, Dr. William, we want to let the viewing audience know that the West Bank chapter of the NAACP, the president of Dr. Gail Spiller, they is having a annual banquet, Dr. Williams, on the 15th of June, I'm correct?
That's right.
15 June at where it gonna be, Dr. Williams?
Marrero Community Center on Ames Boulevard, right off of Ames Boulevard, right next to the animal shelter.
And for those who would like this to buy tickets, I'm more than sure Dr. Spill is always on Facebook, so you can get the information off of Facebook. And I know she would appreciate it if you would attend her event. I think they call it the Freedom Fighter banquet. So we ask that if you would like to, I know she would love for you to attend the banquet, and we always encourage people to support what's going on in your community, because one day you may need the NAACP to step in, not for you, but someone that you know your family. So we always need to support one another. That's how we survive, having each other back. And also want to say that this past week they had the women's First Lady Gwen Jones. She had an event Saturday, boy, and I passed through there and looked, boy, looked like it was so beautiful, looked like you was in heaven up in there. The way they had that place decorated, and it was the women thing. So Pastor and I was traveling, and we were able to look at it on the cell phone. So we wasn't there, but we was able to take in the whole event, and they had a glorious time. And I know that she appreciated everybody that supported that. And also, I want to tell our listening viewing audience, last week's show, we had a show.
Internet problem.
Huh?
Internet problem.
We had our internet problem, and we had a lot of technical problems, so we weren't able to do the show. So we apologize, and our subject was going to be women taking over, especially in the political arena. All over this country, women have been winning races after races. Congress, a seat they winning the senator seat. They winning governor, mayors all over the country, and I know in Chicago made history. First woman to be mayor of a major, at least the mayor of a major city in Chicago, called Axine. In this state, we have the mayor in New Orleans is a major city, also in Baton Rouge and Sweetport. And you have women that is sitting in this seat as mayor. And I was amazed. I wasn't aware of it, that they had like 19 African American women over the state of Louisiana is mayors all over the city. I wasn't aware of that till I did a little research. And so I got to pay a little bit more attention there. So women is on the move, not just in the political arena, but a lot of, these ministries. Women, they years ago, they wasn't head of, a woman had to take a place out in the little prop in front of the pulpit. They had a special place for women to spread the good news. Now they not only spread the good news, but they the head now, not the tail anymore. Many women ministry all over this country, they is done well. So that was going to be our show last week. And Dr. William and I, we're going to reschedule that show again. And we would love to for you to get in on that, so you can start thinking what question you want to ask. And we just want to share with everyone, Dr. William and myself, how we feel that God allowing a lot of things to happen to open us up, to make we to be sure that we on our P's and Q's, because we somewhere, Dr. William, I think he said a while ago, we dying, and I ain't accepting that word, we dying. He
Well,
said,
how is she going to accept it? You're not. You're dying out of this world. You're trying to get back to where you come from.
Well, they said the tongue, you got to be careful what the tongue says. So
The tongue is
I'm living it out, Doc.
You're living, you're dying.
Yeah.
Your body starts decaying every day. From the day you were born, your body starts to decay. It starts to die.
Well, I ain't going to speak it. I'm not speaking
Well, you don't have to speak it. It's a reality.
Yeah.
It's a reality.
I'm not speaking it, Doc. And y'all, we kind of, Dr. William and I, we rumbling a little bit. Our guest is having a technical difficulty. getting through to us. So we waiting on him because he can give us a lot of information that we need to hear. You know, a lot of times, you know, people say you give them what they need or what they want to hear, but on this show, Dr. William, we try to be raw. We give you what we believe the Holy Spirit wants y'all to know, and we always open to anyone. If anyone would like to call us, you're welcome. 1-563-999-1808.
If anybody disagree with the statement that I made, that we're living in the land of the dying, not the land of the living. We use the word living incorrectly. If we actually stop and think about what we're saying, you'll see it. If you disagree with me, call in. I'd like to discuss it with you.
And I also want to say that in the future that we're going to get the community more involved. Dr. William, we're going to go out in the community. We're going to visit different areas and do a live broadcast from the show because I know we come on at a time in the day that many people may be working. And a lot of people say that they, they're able to hear us by their phone at work, and we certainly appreciate that. But we want to get out a little more and let people get involved in what Church Without Walls, what is our goal, what God put on our heart to do. The Bible, it tells us that we need to go out and get those that are lost. And we just want to go out and talk to people and get them to understand how important they are. And we just need y'all to know, and we need the people to know. And many of y'all know already. For instance, like people need to be aware, and they need to ask themselves a question. Why do they want to make it so hard for us to vote? They need to ask themselves, that means that your vote is so important. If people just knew how important their vote was, they'll be in line the night before to go vote. How it's definitely important to vote. So the question needs to be asked. I think you put that before the people and say, what it is that they want to make it so hard for you to vote. So we invite you to call us and let's talk about this. So we're going to take a break, and after the break, we'll be back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls, Dr. Anthony William and Charles Stewart in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We'll be back.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. You need to stand up and fight. Walking to the...
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Yep.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
We are back. You are watching and you are listening to Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. Charles Stewart and Anthony Williams. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12. Tell your friend about us. I mean, if you may not can see the show or hear it, but maybe your friend could, want to check us out. We invite everyone to listen and watch us every Monday morning, and we just want to knock down those walls that's standing in your way. We appreciate everyone, and if you would like to get in on the comment section, you can dial 1-563-999-1808. And as we been talking about racism, and our topic gonna be the incident that they have going on out in Opelousas, Louisiana, where 3 churches was set on fire. And my understanding that the young man that set the church on fire, I understand that they have him in custody. So, Dr. Mike McClanahan, I know he knows everything about that, and that's why I invited him to be on the show to give us the information, everything we know about that. Cause I don't like to go out half-cocked, and give some people some misleading information. So we having some kind of technical difficulty. That's why that he haven't you haven't heard his voice yet. But producers saying they working real hard to clear that up. But anybody that would like to take his place for a while, 1-563-999-1808. Download the app, New Orleans Talk Network. Dr. William, we've been around a while. We done seen some things that were racist. I know as a young man, I seen crosses that were burning. Used to be burnt. You don't see that regularly. Used to be in a lot of our community. I understand in a lot of country towns. Every now and then, I think they burning crosses, but that's something that is rare that I seen matter in New Orleans that you see now.
People use the burning of a cross as a scare tactic. You go out and burn crosses upon different lands in different cities or whatnot. That's a scare tactic that people use, and we as a people has to get to the point where physical things that are supposed to instill fear within us, we need to see it a little bit differently. If you can come on my property and set a cross on my property and light it afire, It's not an attack against me. It's an attack against a higher power. I mean, think about it like this. If I was to give you something biblical, they tore down the curtains that housed the holies of holies, and there were a couple of sets of curtain that they had right there. But when the angel fell and split the curtain in half, the holies of holies was exposed like it had never been exposed before. And it opened a way that you could go to Christ boldly for yourself. So if it's possible for you to go to God's throne boldly, then that fear in you should not be there anymore. That should be taken away from you. So as a people, we've allowed fear to set in us, and it discourages us. And it caused us to sway in a way that the wrong way, put it in. They got us on the right road. Christ put us on the right road, but we're traveling in the wrong direction. We should be holding on to Him a little bit more. We should believe in what He taught us, and we should hold on to that faith. Across, you got two type of fire. You got fire that preserves, and you got fire that destroys. When Nebuchadnezzar put them boys in the fiery furnace, their faith is what kept them alive. When Moses met that bush on the backside of that mountain, that was a preserving fire. That fiery furnace was a destructive fire. So if you stop and think about some of the things that you read in the Bible and do your backup scripture and do your researches, then you'll be able to find out that the fear that you have is fear that you encounter. And you allow it to take control over you. You allow the physical to control you when you should be allowing the spiritual to control you. When the disciples was on board that boat, Jesus on board the boat with them, but they got afraid. What were they afraid of? The physical. They were afraid of the storm. They were afraid of the water. They were afraid of the wind. You are more concerned about natural things than you are concerned about spiritual things. It's time for us to open our eyes, open our ears. The Bible tells you faith cometh by what? Hearing. And hearing by the word of God. If you feed your spirit more than you're feeding your flesh, then your spirit will have control. And you won't have to be afraid of anything. Because the spirit will not allow you to be in control. Your spirit will take control of your life. When your spirit takes control of your life, what happens? You rise up.
Yeah.
And it's time for us as a people to rise up.
Dr. William, I have a strong question. Oftentimes, I tell people that racism, long as people can make money off of racism, it would never stop. Only thing I believe would stop racism, because the only way racism can exist is that people from high authority would have to do some things to mobilize it. For instance, like our television station.
It's not just people in high authority, because racism exists in the lower echelon of people.
Yeah, but the lower echelon can't mobilize. They can't put it on television. They just a bunch of ignorant people. But I'm just saying, the people who high up, who have the money, have authority, they know how to use it to make money off of it. That's the point that I'm making.
They can use it. They can use it to make money off it. But what's happening is racism isn't something that just got started. Racism existed way back in 15 BC.
Right.
Racism. You had the Pharisees. You had the elders. You had the priests. All of those people had racism in them.
But then people profit off it.
Well, they profit off it because they wanted the power. If they could get in power, then they could use it to their ability.
Right. So anything that you see it happen is not by no accident. It is by design. Like people know how to use certain words. You know, like you can use word that, for instance, like the Trump could say, "We're gonna take our country back." Okay, well, he don't have to say that we.
You can say what he said.
Huh?
We're gonna make America great again. What are you talking about when you say make America great again?
But the one thing that he knows that in America that it's about 75% Caucasian about population, probably about 75%. So if he said we're gonna take our country back, well he telling 75% of the country we need our country back. 25% cannot come in here and tell them what.
So what is he saying? Is he saying that we're gonna make America? When he says we're gonna make America great again, what is he saying?
He said we're gonna take our country back. We weren't like it used to be years ago.
So you got
when we had control.
You had total control.
Right, but I don't think he believed in his heart that would happen, but that would push his agenda and the people support him agenda. See, everybody have agenda that they push. And so it's certain things that give him power. Now, I don't think in his heart. And people laugh all the time, like people saying President Trump is a racist. I don't believe that he no racist. He's too crazy to be racist.
President Trump.
He just uses words.
Whatever he needs to use, and however he needs to use
to get his agenda
through.
He's a
master salesman, and he's selling the people a bill of goods.
Right.
That's all. And you got some people that would like to see racists resurrected again in the United States. You got some of the Caucasians who are saying we've been there. We don't want to go back there. We want to make things better for the country. If we would stop and think that this country was built upon freedom for all, not just one, freedom for all, that we would have the liberty and the pursuit of happiness. If that, you're going to write a proclamation like that, and then all of a sudden you're going to come back and you're going to start denying people to have that American dream that they want.
But discrimination, though, always existed. At one time, I think, in 1800s, they didn't want African Americans to vote.
You had discrimination in a major part of Texas, where they were getting cheap labor to come over and work in these big ranches and farms that they had out there. And those people were coming over there and working for little or nothing, and then going back, or some of them even got killed. It did. I mean, you're doing these people the same thing that you did to us, because these people are coming over here and making a living, and not only are they making a living, but they're using a trade that they had that they brought with them, and they're working together. These people have established churches over here, and you got Spanish churches coming up all on the West Bank in different areas,
and they stick together too.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised soon if they start a Spanish bank, and instead of having that money going into a bank over here that's built for them. People who are knowledgeable about certain things and who are willing to work together will grow and prosper. But the biggest problem we've had with the Afro-American is that when we get it, we take it out of here. We don't spend none of it in our community. We don't put none of it in our community. Where we need something to set up for an educational system to kind of school us to the economic condition that we're in and how we can come out of it. We don't plan for. We don't plan even in the political arena. Do we plan to say, for instance, that you've got a councilman that's doing good? Do you plan for that person to put somebody in there, say, next 6 years? Who are you thinking about putting in there and trying to educate that person to do some of the things that were being done in that community. That's no program that we've set up. So when are we going to start doing that?
Well, the whole fact of the matter is that who would make the sacrifice? Everybody seemed to me that everyone who go in political office, I think a lot of them go in there. Some of them might mean well. They go in with the right intent, but for whatever reason, sometimes they go in, they get corrupted for whatever reason. I mean, it's like
Charles,
it's like a disease.
If you take a strong look at it, what happens is that you get somebody in office who's determined to do the right thing and to build, and instead of the people supporting them, they allow themselves to become corrupted by other people who want to stagnate what that person is doing. And we have not yet learned that if a person is doing well, he's not going to make all of the or do all of the things that you would like for him to do, but he's going to be trying to do something. But in order for him to get some things done, he's going to have to learn how to work with other people, because here's what this person is saying. This person is saying, I want to get this done in my community. If you help me to get this done, I'll see about helping you to get that what you're trying to put across for your people. Now, if we can't do that, then we fail. You get you take the Vietnamese. When the Vietnamese came over here, they have their own banks and everything else now. They got their own stores, little small stores that produces over $3 and $4 million a year of product. What have happened to us? We don't have a small store no more. Back in the 60s, we had small mom and pop stores. Our kids were going to school, coming out doctors, lawyers, dentists. But now today, what have happened to all of that?
It's not a priority, number one. Sometimes, people look down on you. They say you're anti-church. You're anti, people. But I was talking with a well-known pastor just yesterday. He was telling me, and this is a person that he from a kid, he fought. He gave most of his life fighting for people. I mean, he would not only fight, he would give them their money, everything. And he was telling me, he said, Doc, I no longer do that no more. He said, I don't care about no food stamp no more. I don't care about who getting on welfare. And he said, I know people need it. He said, because the government don't give it to the people who need it. They give it to young ladies in their 20s and early 30s with a whole bunch of kids and people 70, 80. They don't want to give them nothing. Here, a woman, 90 years old, they want to give up $15 of a food stamp, but they give a young girl, healthy, who could work, they give her $600. He said, Doc, it's not fair. And he said, the more I look at it, and he said, I realized I was fighting for nothing. Said our people said, we just ain't ready. He said, and I'm tired. He said, I'm wore out. He said, I'm tired of fighting.
If you stop and think about it, when we checked the statistics, we found out that you had more Caucasians on food stamps than you had Afro Americans.
Yeah, because it's reading. See, you're right, Rev, but it's also misleading too. Because you got more white, so it's automatically gonna be more white on food stamps.
Yeah, but they don't publish, but they'll state on nationwide TV that the percentage of blacks and white is more blacks are on food stamps than white, but statistically that's not true.
No, if you go on, but you're right. But if you go on percentage, it is. I mean, it all depends on how you get the
Charles,
number.
it's not on percentages, not.
Yeah,
when you check the statistics,
they have to have more white.
The statistic speaks for itself.
But if you break it down,
what you talking about?
We got to take a break, y'all. Me and Dr. William, we'll be back in a minute. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. Dr. Williams and Charles Stewart.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to?
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce,
And I'm Bishop Carol Dufour Sr.
and we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning, again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
We are back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. Your host is Dr. Anthony William and Charles Stewart. We happen to come into your home every Monday morning, 11 to 12. Thank you for tuning in. And we talking about racism. And Dr. William and I, we were talking about people that is on welfare, and Dr. William has stated that more white people is on welfare than there African American. And like I told him that he are right, they do have more, but if you break it down by the percentage of people, it would be more black. And he said, and next thing he said, like when you on television show, when they talk about welfare, where they use the cameraman used to focus upon some black young lady getting food stamps. So if you're on a television station, when you talk about racism, and then, well, if the white person on the station, they're going to show somebody black, African American. Because if you was black and you want to show some negative, you'll show somebody white. But anyway, we're so happy that we have our guest on the phone with us right now. The president of the NAACP, Mr. Mike McClanahan. Doctor, you on the phone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dr. Stewart, man of God, how y'all doing now?
Just fine. How you doing today, Doc? God bless you, my friend.
God bless you all too. I sound like you're my.
And Doc, we've been kind of apologize for whatever kind of technical problem that we have, and we was talking about racism, and And I know our main topic we want to touch on today was about the situation, the three churches that was set on fire out in Absolute. And I know that's your neck of the wood, and I know that's what you do. You know more about it than Dr. William or myself. So we wanted you to get to our listening and viewing audience to kind of elaborate what's going on out there and just what it is. And first of all, before you do that, if you would like to tell some, our listening audience, viewing audience, something about you, who are Mike McClanahan, and how long you've been the president of the NAACP?
Right. Okay. Again, my name is Mike McClanahan. I'm president of Louisiana State Conference of the NAACP, and I live in Baton Rouge. I'm from a small town in northwest Louisiana called Zawali. I've been in Baton Rouge about 35 years. Went to Southern, came to Southern, graduated, got a family here, and I'm really a public servant. If you want to say let's go rake the yard, I got a rake. You want to say let's go to the state house and talk to the governor, I'm right there with you then. If you want to say let's get some signs of protest and injustice, I'm with you. Anything that would keep our people moving forward, anything that would give the God that I serve his glory, I'm there. And so, the NAACP has been around since 1909, and I was called to be the NAACP Baton Rouge branch president, and I was called to be the state conference president because there's nothing that I had on my agenda. The Lord had it on his agenda, though, so I let his will be done in my life, and we serve the people. We do it without remuneration or anything like that. We do it because the Lord wanted us to make sure that we serve the least of his people. And so that's what we do.
Okay.
In a nutshell, and if you want to know about the St. Landry church branch, I can talk about that too.
Okay, thank you so much, Doc, and we're so happy for you being a servant, Doc. And I know Dr. Clay talk about you all the time. What great work you do. And would you like to enlighten up on the situation out in Appaloosa on the church, the three churches that were set on fire?
Okay, I certainly will. We have, about 2 weeks ago, we just opened a branch in Appaloosa, St. Landry, a branch of the NAACP. The president there is Reverend Frank Ford, and he's doing a magnificent job. And the Lord knows to open that branch in the nick of time because 2 weeks later, a young man by the name of Matthews, he would burn down 3 churches, 3 black churches, and all because the word is that he's part of some type of cult. But we do know, based upon investigation, that he is the son of a deputy sheriff there in St. Landry Parish. Now, the 3 churches he burnt down not only were hardened, but also the entire community was on edge because it was their church then whose church is next. But good thing that we called upon law enforcement, local and national law enforcement, FBI, the state police, the local police officers, sheriffs, came in and apprehended this guy quickly. And they got him in court. I think he was going to go to court today. But we're looking at it as domestic terror and a hate crime. There is no other reason that we can think of for this guy to burn down 3 churches other than these were black churches. And he got something against black folks serving the Lord.
Okay.
He could have, if he wanted to mix, what he did wasn't right. And he kept the whole community because in our mind, if you burn down a church, what makes you think you're going to burn down a house?
Yeah.
Families in houses. So that he terrorized the community. And so we're looking at it as domestic terror. We didn't have no people from foreign countries coming over here, burning down and terrorizing. We got somebody that was homegrown, burning down and terrorizing. Now, someone asked me the question, do I think that his daddy had anything to do with it? Well, I'm raised up in the church. I said the word said, train up the child in the way it should go in his youth. I said, we hopefully that the daddy was training him right. Somewhere down the line, he went wrong. And I said, if you check his Facebook page, his email address, and his cell phone records, those will tell who he is. Talk to his friends. Because birds of a feather flock together. Dogs run in packs. So if you see one, you should see the other. And but we were glad that he was apprehended. The governor had a press conference, came down. Those three churches on yesterday, they had a joint service. I wasn't there, but my members were there. And a lot of community people were there showing support. We do know that love trumps hate. It was a hate crime. Love trumps hate. Okay. We know that God serves, the God we serve not only black people, not only white people. He serves all people. And we saw all people come together to trump out hate. Go ahead.
Now, the young man that committed that crime, his father is one of the local deputies in the area.
Sure.
Sheriff.
Right.
So do you feel that crime was racially motivated? Is that the consensus of the NAACP at this point?
Well, I think it was because he burned down black churches. St. Landry Parish is filled with all kind of churches, all kind. Catholic Church, Methodist Church, Presbyterian Church. They filled with all kind of churches. Why would he target black churches? It was race. It was race. It was hatred for God's people, black people. It was racially motivated and a crime of hatred.
Do you think that this is a motivation force to try and resurrect the Ku Klux Klan and try to get themselves back in power with the fear tactic that they use?
I like the way you think, but I'm answering that by saying that they took out their sheets and put on robes. And they put on those white jackets. They now, what you call judges, and they doctors, and they CPAs, they CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. They run state government, so they've always been around. So we just didn't have the glasses on to see them. When we put on the right pair of glasses, we can see them for who they are. Look at the laws that they passed. It's doing the same thing that the laws passed in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the same laws they passed today. The same type of stuff we have to fight then, we still fight today.
That was a letter that came across the internet one time where the Ku Klux Klan actually put a letter across the internet saying that we don't have to wear our robes anymore. We can put our suits on, and we don't have to wear our sheets anymore. We can put our robes on, and we can put on our uniform, and we can just stand up and allow them to kill themselves. But we don't have to kill them anymore. So now they've gotten to the point whereas they feel that they've instilled so much within us that we're going to do what they were doing ourselves, and that's the paraphernalia that they're putting out now across the internet.
Well, you're so right. You're so right. I mean, that's how they think. That's how they think. That's how they think, and that's how America reacts to them. We had a hate monger in the Oval Office called Donald Trump. When he got in office, they had a party. They said, "Yeah, it's a come out for us for showdown." And so they rid of their head and let them know we don't like you, and you can do about it because our friend is the president, our friend is the W, our friend is the attorney general. They cocky with themselves now.
What it tells us is that we need to come together as a people and unite as one. But when I say come together as a people, there are some people who are against this, and there are a lot of people who are for it. But until the people come together, right. The people have to come together.
You're right, man. If we had ever come together, That's half the battle. You know, we see them be knick-knack and they're picking at one another. And all the enemy is saying, yeah, I got him. Divide and conquer has always been his number one tool. His best tool is divide and conquer. And they've done that. They're a master at divide and conquer. And we have yet to realize that we have yet to realize that we are better together. We're better together. And so until we do come together, Doc, you're right. They will continue to beat us down through laws that they pass, beat us down through the education system, the poor education system that we're sending our kids to. They'll continue to beat us down because of the laws that put us in jail at record numbers and anything, and continue to beat us down because they don't plant that blast these poisonous chemicals in our communities. They'll continue to keep us down by having them vote more so than us. So it's vicious out here, but we definitely need to come together.
Mr. McClanahan, we have to end this show. Our time have been folks spent at this time, but we would love, Doc, to have you back again when we'll work out all our. We'd like to have you next time if you can't come. If you're in the city, we'd like to have you live in the studio to come be a part of the show. All we want to do the Skycam next time, but people can get to know who you are. You're the great man, Doc, and I certainly got to know you, and I've been knowing you for a short while, but I feel like I've been knowing you for a long, long time. So anyway, we have to end the show, Doc, and Dr. William, and I appreciate so much you coming on. And it wasn't for a little while, but thank you for the information that you gave us. And Doc, I'm gonna be calling you, getting together. We're gonna do some other things together. But thank you so much, and we thank all the listening audience for viewing and watching today. Church Without Walls with Dr. Anthony Williams, and we thank you so much. And remember, we love you, we love you, we love you. And there's no such thing as being half dead. If you're dead, you're dead. We love you. See you next week. Thank you again, Doctor.
All right, thank you all. Y'all be blessed.
Okay, thank you, man.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.